Welcome to yoga. We're going to do the heart chakra today. So join me as we have a seat with a spine that is alert but relaxed. Let anything that's touching the earth root down into the earth. Extend up through the spine, the crown of the head, tuck the chin a bit, a little longer in the back of the neck, and relax the shoulders down. Invite the breath to flow in through nostrils and throat, into lungs, deep down to the bottom of the spine, feeling that steadfast connection to earth, the beginning of the chakra chain of energy, the earth chakra, our place of matter where we belong. And then breathing into the water chakra between the navel and the pelvic bone. This experience of emotions and sensations, the experience of being human, grief, anger, remorse, passion, laughter, joy. And moving the breath up to just below the breastbone between the ribs as they flare out. The fire chakra, where we harness the power of the polarities of the emotions and let that energy guide us like the sun, a fire passing through our bodies across the heavens, energy guided into action. And today we come to the heart chakra, bringing your breath into the heart and lung area, perhaps finding that place just to the right of the heart. The heart's a little bit to the left of the body, and towards the right arm, there is supposed to be an empty place that you can breathe into and is ripe for meditation. The heart chakra is called Anahata. Anahata means unstruck sound. Ancient yogis said, it is here the sound of what represents the whole universe is heard, the sound which issues without the striking of any two things together. This unstruck sound of the heart chakra is a primal sound of the universe. And it is the unstruck fullness of our hearts that can never really be expressed. Imagine a gentle hand on your back just behind the heart that opens the heart just a little bit farther. This is the place of compassion. Compassion, this energy undergirded by our stable connection, our belonging to earth, our embodied knowledge of emotions that we share as we reach out to others, our fire of action and determination, our compassion in the heart that is not overwhelmed or overwhelming, that's able to pause, observe, and decide how to act or not, how to enter the situation of another. The mudra for the heart chakra, we start with palms together in front of the heart. The little fingers and thumbs remain together, and then a lotus blooms, a blossom blooms as we inhale and we exhale and bring the fingers back together again. Inhale, spread the three middle fingers, and exhale, bring them back. The element of the heart chakra is air, breath, wind, and the color is green. The color of photosynthesis, the producer of oxygen. As you open the flower of your heart, receive the air, receive the breath. Yogis imagine this chakra energy as a lotus with 12 petals, 2 triangles facing in opposite directions to make a star. One receives from the earth chakra, from the root of all matter, rising up from earth through water and fire. And the other triangle receives the prana from the higher levels of consciousness. Yogis say prana drips down like nectar from the crown chakra. So this is a place on the journey where we awake to mental consciousness. In the middle of this star is a green triangle, alive, growing. At the bottom is a black antelope for swiftness, which carries the wind of the heart. And so we're called on by yogis to open this chakra beyond the personal emotions, to understand the cosmic energy of love beyond or behind emotional fluctuations. And let your blossom bloom and close one more time. Then taking your strap or your belt, and if you don't have one, that's fine. Bring it between your hands, reaching the arms out in front of you and pulling with the hands so that the belt or the strap is taut. Inhale up, reach up, and exhale forward. Deep breath up. Let the air caress and energize you, opening this lung and heart area. One more time, fill this space gently and evenly with air. Then we'll bring the strap up overhead and we're going to come over to the side. And as we do this, we'll say the seed sound, yum, 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 Y-A-M, to yourself or aloud. Yum, 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 yum. 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 And come back up through center. Put down your belt or strap. Bring your hands to your heart. This place of compassion, of forgiveness, of gratitude, of generosity. Bring that generous compassion to yourself. What needs compassion in you? Give yourself a hug. Perhaps imagine a very much younger self that needs some compassion. Stretch arms out, open. Fold the arms around yourself in the other direction, and perhaps bring compassion to an older self. By bringing compassion, we can unblock emotions that are blocked and enter freely into the world. Now bring your hands back behind to cradle your head. Elbows are wide. Inhale, exhale, bring elbows together and chin down to the chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, welcoming kindness in. Exhaling, bringing it to yourself. Bring head up to neutral. Hands come down to the shoulders with elbows out. And we're going to twist from one side to the other. So turning, most of the turn being through the shoulders and the very upper back. No strain, just a gentle turn. The heart is the center of the human microcosm, the meeting place between the human and the celestial realms. And coming back through center, the hands come down onto the thighs or down beside you perhaps. We're going to start with one shoulder, bringing it up and back and around. Up and back and around. Up and back and around. Then the other shoulder is going to come back and up and forward and down. Back and up and forward and down. And one more time, back and up and forward and down. Now let this shoulder continue in this direction and see if alternately or at the same time, the other shoulder can go in the other direction. A bit of a challenge here for this whole area of the heart chakra, which is the heart and the lungs and the shoulders down through the arms. And then bringing that to a pause, let each shoulder independently go in the opposite direction that it went before. So one practicing the going back and one then practicing the going forward. And then bringing them together, either alternately or at the same time. Perhaps the image here is spreading compassion in all directions. And come to rest. Now we'll tap, bring one arm out and tap across the heart area, down the front of the arm to the palm, up the back of the arm, stimulating this whole heart chakra area. Of course, this is a physical energy, but it's also this subtle energy body that we're stimulating. And then we'll come to the other side. And one more time. And come back. Just pause for a moment, feel the tingling, the energy in that area. Then we're going to do a stomach lock, it's called. We're going to inhale 3/4, and then as if we're exhaling sharply, we're going to stop right there. So inhaling 3/4, exhale, you'll feel the diaphragm coming in, hold that diaphragm coming in, the stomach in up under the ribs, and then let it go. Inhale 3/4. Exhale and hold the diaphragm and let it go. And 2 more times. Inhale. Lock in the stomach with a sudden exhale. And let it go. And one last time. This is a move that yogis used to bring the prana up, in this case, bringing it up into the heart chakra. Remove anything that's high underneath you. Perhaps you would like a blanket underneath your hips. Feet are wide in front and hands are wide back behind for support. Let the knees fall to one side and then to the other, opening up through the hips, opening up in that earth chakra area, the legs and the very lower part of the spine and pelvis. Then let the arms join in, the heart chakra, joining in with the earth chakra. swinging round with its own momentum. One more time on each side. And the next time you have both knees coming over, let one hand come back behind, the other one rises up. And then twist the body around, looking back towards the back corner of the room. Feel the stretch through the hip and up through the body. Let that arm come down. Knees come over to the other side. The hand in the back gives support. The front one reaches up, and let a twist develop through the body, opening the heart back and around to all those in the shadows or the light. And coming round. This next time, come onto your knee on the other side. Extend the top leg out. One hand comes down to the earth and one reaches up. Feel the stretch. Then to open the heart just a little bit more, you might bring foot and hand back, breathing and opening, celebrating the breath. Let hips come down, and we'll come over to the other side. On one knee and hand, other leg reaching out. Reach up through fingertips, hand and foot come back a bit. Let the air caress your lungs. And bring the hips down. We're going to do cow arms. So when we do cow arms, we do cow legs. And there are several options here. You might have a leg extended out and one leg bent across, or you might have the bottom leg bent up and the other one bent over. Find what is easy on the hips, perhaps a bit of a challenge, but the edge that is right for your body. Then bringing a strap or belt. If you don't have one, that's fine. You can just use your hands. Bring the belt or strap so that it's over the opposite shoulder of the leg that's on the top. So the top leg, opposite shoulder. That arm reaches up and comes back. Elbow reaches up. Grab the belt in the back and then bring the other arm around. And your hands may be able to reach each other, which is fine. Bring the emphasis into the arms. One elbow reaching up, one elbow reaching down. Try to keep the body aligned, straight up through the spine, even though the shoulders are asymmetrical here. Relax and unwind. Find your leg position on the other side. If you have a strap, bring it to the shoulder opposite of the top knee. Arm reaches up and back. Reach that elbow up. Bring the other arm around. Careful of shoulders. Bear down through the hips. Lift up through the crown. The heart is where the spirit resides, the isthmus between this world and the next, between the visible and invisible worlds. And unwind. Put your belt or strap aside. We're going to do arm revolutions. And as we do it, we'll do the affirmation of the heart chakra, which is, my heart beats with all beings. You can say it to yourself or join in. Inhale, arm forward. Gaze rises and follows the hand. My heart beats with all beings. And one more time round. My heart beats with all beings. And we'll come round the opposite direction just once, opening back and forward. Then coming to the other side. Inhale up, reach through the fingers. My heart beats with all beings. My heart beats with all beings. And once round the opposite direction. Now bring the arms out straight in each direction. And this will be a twist again that you'll feel in your middle back. So just gently twisting, waist to crown doesn't move, just the swivel in the hip waist area. But above that, nothing is really moving. This is the horizontal dimension of existence. Between the human realm and the realm of the spirit, between the horizontal and vertical dimensions of existence. That is the place of the heart. So that reaches out into the world. And now bring the arms down, bring them up into the vertical dimension of existence, up to the universe and down into the earth. And one more time, reaching up into the vertical dimension, through the horizontal dimension, reaching out to the world and down to the earth. Now we'll come into a lying position. If you have a blanket or pillow that you can bridge under your heart chakra area. So I have a blanket that reaches from the top of my hips up to my shoulders, just something to elevate that heart area a bit. Arms, find what is comfortable. If you do cactus arms, that opens the chest a little bit more. Arms might want to come up a little bit farther, maybe making a kind of diamond around the head. And come back to that breathing place beside the heart. Relax through the shoulders and the arms, the hands and the fingers. Let the heart calm. Breathing be gentle. Then bring the arms so that the elbows are bent above the chest and opposite hands come to opposite elbows. If you want to bend your knees here, if that's more comfortable for you, that's fine, either way. Let the gaze be up towards the ceiling and let the elbow come down towards the earth on one side. It probably won't touch the earth, it might, and then up through center and down over on the other side. So stretching in the opposite shoulder as the elbow comes down towards the earth, back and forth. Come up through center. Now let the gaze pull that elbow down towards the earth as the head turns. Then bring it back up. And the gaze comes to the other elbow. Let the gaze pull that elbow down and come back up. And bring the arms down. You'll want to take your blanket or pillow out from underneath you. Bring your feet to below your buttocks and then raise the knees bent over the hips. Arms are out to the sides from the shoulders for toe taps. So bring your energy in through your pelvic floor, strong through the abdominal muscles, strong through the water chakra and the fire chakra as you tap your toes up and down. The angle of the knees does not change here. The whole leg moves up and down with bent knee. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the feet so they're just a few inches below the buttocks. Arms come along the side. Press into the feet as hands and hips rise into a moving bridge. Back of the neck lengthens, arms come up above the head, and then slowly return, coming down with the hips onto the mat. Now we'll do a static bridge. Bring the weight into the soles of the feet, tuck the shoulders under, weight into the triceps and the lower arms. Hands might be clasped underneath the hips. Rise up. Tuck the shoulders a bit more to open through the heart. Make sure there's room to breathe. Relax down into the soles of the feet and breathe through the heart. One more inhale and exhale. And then relaxing through the shoulders, vertebrae come down onto the mat. We're going to do a shoulder stand. If those are hard for you, you can just bring your legs straight up. This is really a half shoulder stand. Tuck the shoulders in again, press into the hips and the hands, then bring the hips up, lift the hips, and catch the hips with the hands. Wiggle through the shoulders so that they're comfortable, wide through the collarbone, legs straighten, and let the buttocks rest down into the hands. Relax through the whole chakra system. Feel the energy coming from the earth chakra to the water chakra, up through fire chakra, up to the heart, and returning back to matter. 2 more breaths here. Then bring the hands a little farther up on the sacrum and the back of the hips as the knees come down towards the forehead or face. Hands come down, palms down on the mat, and give some support as your hips come down onto the mat and legs come down. We'll roll over and come into a tabletop position. Bring your weight into your whole hands with the fingers spread. Inhale as stomach sinks and sternum rises. Exhale as back arches. Inhale, slide the heart forward, open. Exhale, open the back of the heart. And one more time. And come back through center. Come back into a child's pose, arms extended out in front, heels with hips coming towards them. Stretch back. Then we'll come forward into a prone position. Arms are along the side. We're going to come into locust. Head, shoulders, and arms and legs rise, pivoting on the hips, anchoring through the hips. The hands face each other just above the buttocks. Then bring the hands out to the side, palms down. Bring them forward, palms facing each other, or down to the floor, either one. Then bring the palms back so that they're reaching out to the sides and back around, palms facing each other, and come down. We'll do that again. Inhale, head, shoulders, arms, and legs up. Imagine that someone is gently pulling on your elbows or hands. Arms come back just a little bit farther. Then as your arms open to the side, present your heart open just a little bit farther. As hands come forward, you're flying through the air. And back around and down. Now we're going to come up into puppy. My hands are clasped and I'm on my forearms and my knees. So clasped hands, forearms, and knees. Hips are up in the air, allowing the heart to come down towards the earth. Let yourself melt, particularly behind the heart, in that thymus gland that is also stimulated and healed as we work with this heart chakra. And you might say to yourself, yum, 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 yum. That seed sound, yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, yum, yum. And lifting yourself back up onto your hands. Your hands are a little bit in front of your shoulders. Tuck the toes and we'll come up into downward dog. Soften the knees, stretch back long through the spine. Pedal the legs a little bit. Come forward into plank. Stretch back through the heels, strong through the belly, soft through the heart. Elbows bend, come down, up into a brief cobra. Tuck the toes and come back up into downward dog once again. Stretch back. Bring the right foot under the hips and the left foot rises up. Press into the hands and the foot so that that foot can rise in the back just a little bit farther. Then bending the knee, arching the back, coming through, bring the foot just as far as it can come through. And we're going to come up into a standing lunge. So the back foot might hop forward a bit. Weight in both feet as your hands come up to your knee and you come up into a lunge. You can bring the heel down in the back if that works for you, or keep your toes tucked. All toes are forward here. However, if it's more comfortable to have that foot out a bit in the back, 30 degrees, that's fine also. Align the hips towards the front of the mat. Open the arms so that palms are facing forward. Notice how that opens you through the chest. Inhale, arms up. Bringing compassion to yourself. Exhale down. Bring the hands down around the foot. Slide the foot back. Come back into downward dog. Left foot is under the hips. Right leg reaches up. Press with hands and foot. Reach up. Then bending that knee. Arch the back. Bring the foot through to wherever it comes. Weight in both feet as you bring the hands up to the knee and up. Arms open just behind the body, palms facing out. Breathe through that unstruck sound of the heart. Then inhale, arms up, bringing compassion to others. Exhale down. Hands come down around the front foot. Feet come back. Back up into a last downward dog. Stretch back. Then walk the feet forward and bring the hands back. Strong through the belly as you roll up. Hands come up and bring compassion to earth. Arms come down. And we're going to come back down onto knees to do a camel. You might want to have blocks or a blanket on the backs of your legs, on your calves. Blankets give you a little bit of support. Blocks will give you more, but it depends what you have available, obviously. So use whatever works for you. We'll start by bringing the left hand to the sacrum. Inhale, pelvis stays above the knees. Right arm lifts up, open through the front side of the body. And come back down. Switch hands, right hand on the sacrum. The left arm reaches up. How remarkable is this reality of the heart, that mysterious center, which from the point of view of our earthly experience seems so small. And bring it down. And one more time, switch the hands, stretch up through the right side as the right arm comes up, stretch, feel it through the front of the torso all the way up and come down. That back hand keeps the pelvis very steady, right over the hips. And come up, the left arm, and down. Now both hands can come behind the sacrum if that works for you. Elbows coming towards each other, shoulder blades squeezing together, lifting through the heart, tucking the chin just a bit to protect the back of the neck. Yet the heart is the throne that encompasses the whole universe. And come back up. We'll do it one more time. You might want to have your hands again on your sacrum, or you might want to bring your fingertips down to blocks or blanket. Push forward through the hips, open through the heart. Tuck the chin just a bit. For 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands back up to the sacrum as you come up. Good job. It's always a stretch. And we'll come into gate pose. So coming onto your knees, and you want the some side area to be able to stretch one leg out into. You can have your extended foot on the mat, or you can be on your heel with the toes up. Straight line from the knee up through the hips and the shoulder. Maintain that. Inhale up, and then opening in the side, maintaining alignment vertically, but opening and bending through the spine. Inhale up, we'll come over once again. Open the gate of the vulnerable heart. And then coming down with the arm and the other one up in the air, reach out with that extended leg, or it can stay down on the mat, either one. Reach, radiating out from the heart, out in all directions. And then bring the foot down and come up. Give yourself room in the other direction for your leg to extend out. Or perhaps we can, if you would like, add the affirmation, my heart beats with all beings. Reaching up, my heart beats with all beings. We'll do it 2 more times. My heart beats with all beings. My heart beats with all beings. And bringing the hand down, foot out, other arm up, radiating out the sun, the air, your lotus blooming out for the world. And come back down and bring that foot in. We'll come to a standing position now. We'll start with a breath here because we're celebrating the air with the heart chakra. This is one to expand the capacity of the lungs. So as we inhale, we do it in 3 stages. Inhale, 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 and then exhale in one smooth exhale, just as long as those 3 stages took. So inhale, 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 exhale. And at your own rhythm. If you'd like to add the mudra, you can. Closing it as you exhale, opening the flower as you inhale in stages. Can you lengthen your breathing just a little bit more? One last breath here. And bring the hands down. Bring the hands back behind, clasping the hands behind the buttocks. Inhale up through the crown. Exhale as arms rise, knees and hips are soft. Careful of the shoulders, coming over into yoga mudra, into the softness of the heart. Strong through the belly, soft in the heart as you rise. And one more time. Heart bowing down to matter and rising up to consciousness and the universe. We're going to do a balance now. This is a stork balance. You might want to have a chair beside you. I don't have one right now. If you have a chair, bring the weight into the foot that is beside the chair so that you can have your hand there. Get a good focal point. Bring the energy up through the body so that that foundation leg is strong and the whole torso is supporting you. Raise the other leg up, knee bent. Extend the arms out like you're a stork flying. Let your wings fly through the air. Ride the wind. And let everything come down. If you want to bring the chair to the other side or come to the other side of the chair. Once again, grounding down, lifting up, good focal point, and open with the leg rising and the small beating of the wings. And ride the wind. And bring it down. Now bring the feet wide, not ultra wide, but wider than hip width apart. Bring the right hand on top and the left hand on the bottom of a ball of clouds. So this is air, the energy of air that we're holding between our hands here. Bend the right knee as you bring the ball of clouds over above that knee. As you switch the hands, so the left hand comes on top and the right on the bottom, switch the weight into the back knee. Then bring those clouds across, switch hands and switch weight into the other foot. Bring the clouds across, switch hands, switch weight. Feel the lightness of this air. this pillow-like quality. The clouds that fill our existence. Let the hands be very soft, the shoulders soft, the heart soft. And one more time across. And come back through center. Hold those clouds on each side for a moment and let them go. We're borrowing from Qigong today. We're now going to part clouds. Bring the hands open, palms up, knees are slightly bent. Gather in the clouds, arms extend out in front, pull the clouds in towards the heart, then rotate the hands so that you can bend your knees and push the clouds out and clear the heart. And hands come down to side. Open palms up, gather in the clouds, bring the clouds in towards the heart, rotate around and push the clouds out, the knees bent. Clear the heart. 2 more times. Open, gather the clouds, push them out. Inhale out, gather in, rotate the wrists, push them out, and clear the heart. And bring the hands down. The next one is called Flying Pigeon, spreads its wings. One foot stays back and the other one comes forward. So one foot is back, one foot is forward, and there's some distance between the feet, like you're on railroad tracks. Arms are wide, then bring the weight into the front foot, the front knee bends, and the arms come forward as if they're protecting the young. The hands don't quite touch here in front. Then let the weight come into the back leg, come up on the heel of the front leg, which straightens, open up, then come forward, weight into the bent front leg, protecting your young, protecting their hearts, your own heart. Then opening up, weight coming into the back leg on the heel of the straight front leg, open to all the vulnerabilities of the world. And one more time on this side, bringing your love in and opening up to life. And bring the arms down to the side. Change the feet so the other foot is in front. Arms spread, bend the front leg, hands come towards each other, almost touching but not quite. Protect your young. Roll over the front heel, bend the back leg, open to the world. Exhale, bring all your love and compassion to those you love. Inhale, be vulnerable. And one last time. And bring the hands down. And we'll end this Qigong part with some geese flying. So bringing the arms out, and perhaps you'd like to add my heart beats with all beings as you bring the hands down and fly up. Just a strong, steady beat of the wings, heart beating, keeping the energy moving as you move through the air. My heart beats with all beings. My heart beats with all beings. My heart beats with all beings. And come back through center. We're going to do a triangle before we end. So bringing the feet into triangle position with the front toes forward and the back foot just behind, the arch of the back foot in line with the heel of the front foot. Both legs are straight. Let's be very aware of the journey through this pose, of how we come into it and how we come out of it. So savoring the hips as they come to the back and forward and back. Savoring the opening of the chest, the reaching forward, the slow windmill as the fingers reach down and fingers reach up. The heart, the center of the chakra system, opening in the middle. The breath moving within you. Breath into air, air into breath. Then turn so that the front of the hips come down towards the mat. Arms reach out. Imagine you're flying over the green universe, looking down at all that photosynthesis happening. And then the arm, the outer arm, the front arm comes down to the side of the calf, and the back arm lifts up just as much as your body allows. Knee might turn a little bit in the front, and head might come around. Relax and let that arm come down. Let the hand run up the leg and come back to waist. Turn the feet so that they're going in the opposite direction. And once again, feeling the journey, the grounding down of the feet, the hips reaching back and forward and back, the lifting of the arms, the spreading of the wings, the reaching forward, the windmill going down and up, the ribs opening on the top, closing on the bottom, the breath sustaining the heart, the lungs, all the cells of the body. Then turning the hips, opening the arms out, watching your journey as you fly over the earth. Knee comes forward and around a bit. Front arm comes to the calf and the back arm lifts up. Come back with that back arm to the leg and bring it up. Bring the hands to the hip creases. Feet are pigeon-toed. Bend at the hip creases. Torso comes parallel to the earth. Hands come down onto the mat. Let the knees and hips be soft. Relax down from sacrum up through the lower, middle, and upper back. The neck dangling. Feel the softness of the physical body, the softness of the energy body. Then walking the hands over to one ankle. Bring opposite hand to opposite ankle. Open up to the side. Open the heart to whatever you see. Sky, leaves, trees, wall. All this made from earth. And come down and across and open on the other side. Not a thing around us that is not made from the earth. And so we bring it our full compassion. Bring that hand down and come up with hands on waist, torso parallel, and then all the way up. We're going to come down into a lying position. And bring your breathing back to that place at the side of the heart. As great as the infinite space beyond, as great as the infinite space beyond is the space within the lotus of the heart. Relax with your breathing, so gentle that it's almost unnoticeable. The muscles of the chest relaxed. The shoulder blades comfortable. Softness between them. Shoulders heavy against the mat. Elbows. The backs of the hands or the fronts of the hands, whatever is on the mat, deeply relaxed down into the earth. And feel the air around the hands. Feel the element of air down in the bottom of your feet, between your toes. Let the air caress up the front of the legs and around the backs of the knees, the fronts and backs of the thighs. Soft through the intestines, stomach, and back to the heart and the throat. Next week, we come to the throat chakra, the center of space and vibration. Soft through lips and tongues, cheeks, eyes, eyebrows, to the third eye, between the eyebrows, the place of light. Relax through forehead and the crown of the head, the back of the skull, the back of the neck. Ending at that place behind the heart, the place most tender, the place of the unstruck sound. Lengthen your breathing and bring some movement to fingers and toes. Turn wrists and ankles, if you like. Preparing your way back into the everyday world with this softer heart. Give your knees a hug. Feeling once again the compassion of the heart for your own self in this world. Compassion as your heart reaches out beyond the boundaries of your skin into the world, into the universe. And then rolling over, we'll come up into a brief sitting position. May we be healthy and safe. May we be open and spacious. May we radiate out compassion, and may we be touched with kindness. Namaste. Thank you for practicing.
Thank you, Nancy. Bye.
You're welcome. Hi, Gary. Hi, Nancy, Paula, Courtney. Nice to be with you all. Hi, Lisa. Bryce, hello. See you later.
Thanks, Nancy.
You're welcome.